Hello and welcome once again to Casual Warcraft. This is Lust. This is just a continuation of the last episode going over the talent trees. The last 5 I did kind of in order. This one I'm going to skip a little bit. I'm going to do Priest, Rogue, Warlock, Warrior, and then Shaman at the end because I have some other stuff to talk about at Shaman if I have enough time. Otherwise, I will make another video about Shaman, and that will be 3 for the day. So bear with me. I have had an entirely too much coffee today, as you could probably tell if you watched the last video. Yeah. So anyways, that being said, let's get started here. Priests, we're on. I mentioned briefly some priest stuff earlier. The Divine Star ability at level 45, which is really neat. Fires a Divine Star in front of you, healing, traveling 20 yards, doing damage to all enemies and healing all friendly targets in this path, and it comes back doing the same thing. Not yet implemented in the alpha, we can assume at this point. So they still haven't tested it. They still don't know how it's going to work. But that's the general idea of it anyways. Let's see. There is no level 87 ability. As I was saying, the same thing with, was it Druids? It was Druids, I believe. Had no level 87 ability. It only goes to 85 where they get Leap of Faith, which is basically a life grip. You know, for 3% of base mana, 40-yard range. Pull the spirit of the friendly party or raid target to you, instantly moving them directly in front of you. It's a fancy life grip. But that's a level 84. That should already be in game. I'm not certain. I don't have a max level priest yet. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on this. As updates come to this too, I will update you guys because there is a lot of stuff still missing out of these. So keep an eye here. Keep an eye on the talent calculator itself, and yeah. Anyways, level 90 abilities for priests. We have Vow of Unity. You create a Vow of Unity with the friendly target. Whenever you heal the target through spells and effects, you are also healed equal to 20% of that amount. That's kind of neat. Kind of helps out a little bit. In addition, when the target is attacked, 50% of the damage is redirected to you over 6 seconds. So it takes instant damage to the target and gives it to you as a dot, which can kind of suck. If your target is the victim of an attack greater than 30% of their total health, the Vow of Unity effect ends. Only one target can be linked with you using your Vow of Unity at a time. It's kind of cool. I don't know, it doesn't say that one target can't have 2 Vows of Unity on them from 2 different priests, so I'm not sure how that would work if that's the case. If it would split the damage in half, if both priests would get full damage, I'm not sure how that works. But again, we'll see in beta how that works out. So, next level 90 talent for priests is Void Shift, 40-yard range, instant cast, 3-minute cooldown. Swap health percentages with the current friendly target. After this effect ends, you are instantly healed for 25% of your total health. It's kind of neat for tank healers, especially, I'm thinking, because, you know, tank's taking a lot of damage. You know, it's an instant cast. If the tank's like almost dead, healer's still full health, or even 3/4, you hit this, you instantly swap health percentages, too. It's not just health totals, it's health percentages. They get yours, you get theirs. You start healing yourself up a little bit, heal them up, and then bam, it flips. After the effect ends, it doesn't say how long it lasts. So I'm curious to see how long it does last, because that will make a huge difference. 3-minute cooldown, though, it's not too bad. I don't think it's something any tank healer will be using on cooldown, but it'll be nice. Hopefully, depending on how long it lasts. So if it's 2 seconds or something stupid, that's not really worth it. But last one for level 90 priests is Vampire Dominance. When you deal damage or healing, 15% of the amount is healed up to 3 low health nearby allies. And that's kind of cool. You know, by healing the tank, you can heal 3 allies. So if you got 3 melee DPS in a tank and a 5-man, you heal the tank, all your melee is healed too. It's smite healing, basically, you spec into, I guess. Rogues, I gotta be honest with you, I haven't even looked at rogues yet, and I have an 85 rogue, so I feel kind of like I've neglected it. We got 87, Shroud of Concealment. Send a cloak that wraps party and raid members in 20 yards in shadow, concealing them from sight. That's kind of handy. 5-minute cooldown on it, but you know, you'd want a huge cooldown. As a rogue, you wouldn't, but that looks kind of neat, actually. Huh. Doesn't say how long it lasts, so I don't know if it's lasts until it breaks, or if it lasts until it gets broken, or if it has a time limit on it. But That's kind of neat, especially for BGs. If you're in a BG with somebody that doesn't have an invisibility or a hunter's camouflage or something like that, that's kind of neat. Yeah, arenas and BGs. So, anyways, that's kind of neat. Shuriken Toss, 40 energy, 30 yard range, instant cast. A range attack that deals 1,179 physical damage to an enemy target, generates 1 combo point. It's just another basic range attack. The versatility, your redirect ability now has no cooldown. That's kind of cool. I kind of like that. Especially if you're like a sub-rogue. Sub-rogues, they're a utility rogue. Don't get me wrong, they do have a viable PvE spec, and it is a lot to do with utility more so than straight up DPS, but their spike damage is huge. And I find myself a lot of times, because my rogue is sub-spec and I do run it in arenas and in PvE. I find a lot of times that once my initial redirect is done, I still can pull aggro if I'm not careful. If I hit Dance of Shadows or something and ambush, I'm dead. So a redirect with no cooldown would be nice. Yeah, cool. Anticipation. This is I like this one. One of your attacks generates a combo point on a target that already has 5 combo points. You gain an anticipation charge, up to a maximum of 5. Now there's 5 combo points, 5 anticipation charges. This is important, people. When you perform an offensive finishing move on an enemy, any anticipation charges are consumed to grant you an equal number of combo points on that target. Which basically means if you got 5 combo points and 5 anticipation, I can't talk today. Blame the coffee. If you have 5 combo points and 5 anticipation points built up on your target, and you do a finishing move that would burn all 5 combo points, it then burns all 5 combo points. The anticipation points also count as combo points, so it's like doing double damage on a 5 combo point finisher. Ouch. I mean, the spike damage from that has got to be huge, because, let's see, we go premeditation, sap, ambush, talented into it right on a sub-spec, the way the talent trees are now anyways. That's 5 combo points. Right there. It's not that hard to build up 5 more combo points. And then slap one of these things on them. I mean, you come in, huge damage, taper, huge damage, blast them with 10 combo points, basically. I mean, that is huge. That is epic. That's going to be awesome. Going to be interesting to see that one in PvP. It really is, because, I mean, you're going to walk through clothies like that, I would think. We'll see, though. I could be completely wrong about that. It may not even play out very well at all. Going to skip Shaman. Like I said, I've got a little thing to say about Shaman at the end here. Let's do some lockage here. Yes, I said lockage. Too much of this. No level 87, but they have a level 86 and an 88. I don't have a max level lock, so I haven't even looked at this either. Soulburn, Demonic Circle, Teleport. Soulburn, Demonic Circle, Teleport. So one would assume it's the teleport to your Demonic Circle if you use Soulburn. That's what I'm assuming. Grants the Soulburn empowerment to your Demonic Circle teleport spell. Look at that. I know what I'm saying. Your Demonic Circle teleport spell also increases your movement speed by 50% and makes you immune to snares and roots for 8 seconds. That's kind of cool. That's a level 86 passive. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Level 88 is the Demonic Gateway. 10% of base mana, 20 to 70 yard range, 5-second cast. Create a demonic gateway between 2 locations. Stepping into the gateway causes any party member to be instantly teleported to the other gateway. Limit 5 charges. The portal generates 1 charge every 15 seconds. Huh. If I knew more about locks, I would probably have something cool to say about that, but I don't. So anybody that's got anything that plays a lock, comment, please. Video response me something on that one, because it looks really cool. It looks like it has some good uses, but without knowing locks, I can't really say much about it, honestly. I guess I'm gonna have to add that to my list. Level of lock. After the hunter, after the warrior, after the paladin, then I'll do a lock. And at right around the same time as the Shaman, too, because I just started a Shaman again. We'll get to that at the end. Archimon's Vengeance, level 90 talent. Curse an enemy, causing them to suffer 30% of all damage you take last 10 seconds. That could be huge in an arena. I mean, it doesn't matter what class you are. That could just be huge in an arena. I mean, it's only 30%, but whew, that could be absolutely huge. Enemies who attack you, says underneath this, I'm not sure how this works. Underneath this says passive. Enemies who attack you suffer 5% of all damage they deal to you. The effect is disabled while on cooldown. Doesn't say anything about there being a cooldown to it either. So, neat. Vagaries and whatnot. We'll see how things go once beta's live, and we can actually test these things out. Kill Jaden's Cunning. You can cast and channel while moving, but doing so doubles the cast time or period of the spell. That's not too bad, I guess. I mean, if you can cast it while moving and it's a channeled spell, that's kind of cool. Manaroth's Fury increases the radius of your non-talent area of effect spells by 200%. That's cool. You don't have to, if it's not talented into as an AoE, which is I don't really see a whole lot at the moment. Yeah, I don't really see a whole lot that's AoE such. So, yeah, anyways, level 75 looks kind of strange, too, for locks, because all three of them are Grimoire of something or other. First one is Grimoire of Supremacy. You command stronger demons, replacing your normal minions. These demons deal 10% additional damage and have more powerful abilities. The Fell Imp, the Void Lord, the Shivan, the Observer, the Abyssal, and the Terror Guard. That's kind of neat. It's like huge pet buff right there. Grimoire of Service, instantly summon a second demon who fights for 30 seconds, 2-minute cooldown. And the Grimoire of Sacrifice. You sacrifice your demon to gain an increased damage and health, lasts for 15 minutes. Summoning another demon cancels the effect. 5,000 or 50,000 yard range, though. Whoa. I guess they actually mean it to work on the Abyssal Plane then, I guess, or something. I don't know. I'm thinking damage-wise for this one in a PvE scenario, I'm really thinking Grimoire of Supremacy is going to be the big deal. Like I said, I don't know a lot about locks, and I could be completely wrong about this, but these you spec into this at level 75, and no matter what demon you summon, they do an extra 10% damage, and have more powerful abilities. So I'm thinking that's a no-brainer PvE spec, really. So see how that one works out, anyways. Where are we going? We're going to Warriors next. I do have a couple Warriors, mid-level. Warriors are getting totems. That's all I really can say about this. I did look at this one because in watching Legendary, they mentioned that Shamans are getting totems taken away, which they're truly not, but they are getting changed a lot. And Warriors are getting totems, and I'm like, what the hell? I have to go look at this. Warriors are not getting totems. They're getting an ability called War Banner, which it's more or less a totem, but throw down a War Banner within 30 yards to intimidate your enemies or inspire your allies. Choose from among the following effects each time War Banner is used. There's 3. Mocking Banner forces all enemies within 15 yards of the banner to focus attacks on the warrior for 6 seconds. That's pretty neat tanking ability. Especially like mid-pull, things start getting out of hand. That could be handy. Demoralizing Banner decreases the damage dealt by all enemies within 30 yards of the banner for 10%, lasts 15 seconds. Big damage fights, that can be a lifesaver. And the Skull Banner is the last one. Increases the critical strike chance of party and raid members within 30 yards of the banner by 30%, lasts 15 seconds. I'm not thinking that one's going to be a huge given. I'm really thinking Mocking Banner is going to be the big one there. It's almost going to be like the no-brainer as a pull. I mean, you're not going to use it as a pull, but, to control a pull, I can see that. Yep. Level 75 has got one cool one I want to mention really quick. The Mass Spell Reflection. Your Spell Reflection protects you from an additional spell and protects party and raid members within 20 yards from a single spell for 5 seconds. That's kind of neat. So it's just, Big, huge damage coming in. Mass spell reflection. Bam. Kind of handy. Level 90 talents, you got Deadly Calm, instant cast, 1 minute cooldown. You enter a battle trance, causing your next 3 heroic strike or cleave attacks to cost no rage and cause 50% extra damage. Last 15 seconds. That's kind of cool. Bloodbath, you carve up your opponent with your weapons for the next 12 seconds. Your special attacks cause the target to bleed an additional 30% damage over 6 seconds. That's really cool. Really like that. The dots and bleed effects can be huge game breakers. Stormbolt, 30-yard range, instant cast, 30-second cooldown, requires a melee weapon. Hurl your weapon at an enemy, causing 50% weapon damage and stunning the target for 3 seconds. Deals an additional 300% weapon damage to targets that are permanently immune to stuns. Replaces heroic throw. So it's like a heroic throw for boss fights, more or less. I mean, because bosses are permanently immune to stuns. So let's just do an extra 300% damage to them. That's kind of neat. I kind of like that one. I went through that really quick. Why did the first 5 talent trees take me 25-30 minutes, and this one took me 16? It's got to be the coffee. But anyways, like I said, I did have a lot of stuff I kind of wanted to say about shamans here, so we're going to dive right into that one. Shaman, their level 90 talents don't exist yet. All it says on the talent calculator is coming soon. I have really high hopes that this is going to mean there's some really, really cool stuff coming for Shaman. It's Blizz, so I have my doubts, but I'm hoping. They do have a level 87 ability already in. It's called Ascendance, 5% of base mana, instant cast, 3-minute cooldown. The Shaman surrenders his physical form to the power of the elements, transforming into a being of raw elemental energy for 15 seconds. Shaman are becoming druids, I guess. Tree form? Kind of. Elemental shamans, while in the form of a flame ascendant, lava burst has no cooldown, and chain lightning is empowered to become lava beam. Yeah, that's cool. Enhancement, while in the form of an air ascendant, auto attacks and storm strike deal pure nature damage and have a 30-yard range. So melee auto attacks have a 30-yard range. That's kind of neat. Resto. While in the form of a water ascendant, all healing done is duplicated and distributed evenly amongst nearby allies. Yeah, they're becoming trees. It's pretty cool. I'll give them that. Yeah, there's a couple here. The level 45 talents are NYI, not yet implemented. Totemic Restoration. When a totem is destroyed before its duration expires naturally, its cooldown is reduced in proportion to the lost duration, up to a maximum of 50% of the cooldown. So that means somebody attacks your totems or lays down an AoE that kills off your totems. Say they got 25 seconds left on your totems when they're dead. That 25 seconds gets taken off of the cooldown to recast them, which is kind of neat. It could be helpful. This one I really, really like because it saves. It doesn't really save any work, but it's kind of for when you're leveling, especially and you're running through dungeons with tanks like the speed pull, which you run into a lot through Outlands and stuff like that. I've seen a lot of them. If you got a good healer, tanks will just chain pull one right after the other. Anyways, Totemic Projection, not yet implemented. Instant cast, 10-second cooldown. Relocates your active totems to the specified location. So you get done with the fight back there really, really quick, move on to the next one up here, relocate your totems. Boom! I assume their durations just carry over, so whatever's left on the duration from back there is left on them when they get up here. So that's pretty cool. That has some interesting things. Interesting possibilities, I would say. This is kind of neat, too. Healing Tide Totem. I don't know if this is in-game. I don't have a high-level shaman, but I don't believe it is in this form anyways. 8% of base mana is the cost. Instant cast, 3-minute cooldown. Summons a water totem with 10% of the caster's health at the feet of the caster for 10 seconds. The Healing Tide Totem pulses every 2 seconds, healing the 5 most injured raid members within 40 yards for 3,179. I would assume that's 3,179 per tick. So it's 5 ticks times that is, I don't know, like 15k. And 16, 17k. That's pretty handy, be all right, I guess. I mean, it's not, it's not. I don't think it's going to be, a real make or break kind of thing, but it's cool. And like I said, I hadn't seen it in game yet, so not a lot actually on the talent calculator to say about Shaman. What I wanted to say about Shaman though, I was talking to a buddy of mine online the other day while we were playing, and there's a question going around Facebook about the Monopoly pieces that should be in World of Warcraft Monopoly, and of course Doomhammer's on the list. Sadly, it's not as high up the list as I think it should be, but fair enough. We were talking about that, and my friend goes, well, there's not really a lot of, Shaman legendaries. Granted, there's stuff they can use, but there's not a, Shaman-specific legendary. I mean, the Resto Shamans can use Terragosa, Terragosa's Rest. There's the legendary Rogues, Daggers. I think Shamans can use those. I'm not certain. Don't quote me on those. Actually, no, I'm pretty sure they cannot, actually. Of course, Thunder Fury, Blessed Blade of Windseeker, and all that noise. In talking to him, he said, well, they should have their own legendary, and, I mean, everybody else and their brother's getting one these days, so why not give Shaman Doomhammer? For those of you that don't know Doomhammer, I'm sorry, Doomhammer is Thrall's main hand mace, the big badass Thrall's weapon. That's Doomhammer. Well, I was like, wow, that's actually a really cool idea. You should post it up on the forums and see if you get any hits on it. So he posted it up on the forums. I haven't actually been back there to check it out, but since I'm right here, I suppose I can hit the forums real quick under Shaman and find it. Because, I don't know, like I said, I think it's a really good idea, and it's something that should probably happen, I guess. I really would like to see Doomhammer in game. It's got a few posts. I mean, not much. 11 posts back. But he said character name is Sandal. You'll see it if you go over there. So for Mists, I think it's only right that us Shaman get some legendary love. Who wants to see famous Doomhammer made especially for us? It really is the only logical step, he says. People say it should have been in this patch, or at least sometime this expansion, with Thrall being the main protagonist and all, which is true. Thrall is the main protagonist in this one. He's not really, he's not War Chief anymore. He's kind of, I guess he's an aspect, somebody said, or something like that. But anyways, he's Thrall in one way or another, and he's not the War Chief of the Horde anymore. So, yeah, of course, other people have posted back and said things like, Shaman getting a class-specific legendary? That would end the game. If you remember Vanilla and BC, they might just be right. But, I really think it should happen. I think it definitely should happen. And then, we had talking about it, and just casually talking back and forth about it. And then I hear on, was it Legendary I heard? I think it was Legendary. It might have been Weekly Marmot, though. No, I'm pretty sure it was Legendary. That Blizz is talking faction-specific legendaries. If you're going to make a Horde-only legendary, you're going to pick Doomhammer. You almost have to. It just makes sense. So, anyways, that's my real Shaman spiel, is I really wanted to throw that out there. Doomhammer for legendary, I guess. I really want to see this happen. I think if, enough of us talk about it and get it out there on the forums and whatnot, then, wow, my shirt color is really messed up. Then, Blizz might actually say, hey, maybe we should think about this. So, yeah, that's it. Legendary love for Shamans. Let's give them some Doomhammer. Yeah. It could end the game, but I'm okay with that. I think Shamans need Doomhammer, and make it faction specific, man. Let's give us some Horde only legendary Doomhammer love. So that's my thoughts, anyways. I thought I had more, but I really don't, and I'm at 24.5 minutes again. So, anyways, any comments, questions, criticisms, concerns, anything like that. Leave a comment in the sub box. Get a hold of me on my inbox, CasualWarcraft@gmail.com. Hit me up on Facebook, Facebook.com/LustsWarcraft. Send me a tweet, Twitter.com/CasualWarcraft. Any of the above. However, if you really want me to get hear your comments, questions, criticisms, and concerns, send them to my inbox. CasualWarcraft@gmail.com. That is the best way to get a hold of me. I am on TankSpot and a few other places, but I'm not big on any of those, so I don't, not that I'm not, big on using them. I'm just, nobody knows me over there. So, yeah, if you have to, inbox me, CasualWarcraft@gmail.com. That is the best way. However, video responses, comments, anything you want to do through YouTube even, go ahead and do it. Let me know how you feel. Let me know what you think. Share the video, spread some love, trying to get the word out about this. You guys help me out. You're the viewers, you like it. Obviously, you're here. Help me out a little bit if you can. I would much appreciate it. Thank you. Little Pandaren love there before the expansion even hits. I think that's all I got for today, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, gamers and geeks and freaks of all kinds. That's all I got for you for today. Lust with Casual Warcraft, I'm out.